Yeah. 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 Okay. 30,000 in the pocket, no change. Okay. I might pass the ball, but this is no game. Okay. All my girls, they love and hate me the same. Okay. So when I die, I ain't gonna be from old age. Somebody gonna want revenge. Somebody might want it now. Right pocket got euros. Left pocket got pound.
Coach, playoff fever has come to upstate New York, and there's a look at New Era Field in Orchard Park. Straight ahead, it's Wild Card Weekend, and we've got a great one in store between the Denver Broncos and the Buffalo Bills. It's that most wonderful time of the year, the NFL playoffs, as we're underway on EA Sports. A little jet sweep to start the drive. And he's going to get a good gain of 9 here up to the 34. The success there, Charles, coming on the outside of the field of the ground game. Curious to see if that continues as we progress.
Yeah, we often talk about a variety in play calling and usually between run and pass. But in this case, with strictly the run game, you can be creative there as well. Run it inside, run it outside, keep the defense off balance.
And he's able to take this one up to the 35-yard line.
I think that's the type of run we'll continue to see throughout this game. The snow coming down, I don't expect a lot of big plays to be broken.
Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. On 1st down, right back to Lindsey. To the 40 and no further. The razzle-dazzle, though, got him a couple extra on the play. 5 yards is the tally on 1st down. That brings up 2nd and 5. Here's a carry for the fullback. This is Andy Janovich. And he'll be brought down just shy of midfield at the 49-yard line. 9 yards to pick up there, and it's a 1st down.
Brandon, you know how we talk about having wrinkles in a game plan? That was a fold right there. How about that play? Being able to change things up. You think anyone else on the team's going to get the ball, and in that situation, they surprise everyone and give it to their big guy.
Now Flacco. He's going to sling this deep downfield, and that is incomplete. Took a shot there on 1st down, but he couldn't reel it in. They were trying to liven up this playoff game very early on. Pretty deep throw, but good coverage.
I think they were counting on the defenders being a little tight, a little over-anxious early, and trying to catch him flat-footed and get a big play.
Flacco on target to his tight end, Butt.
Brandon, we've both been around the game long enough that we know that in pregame, defenses are pretty amped up, aren't they? I mean, they're pounding lockers, and they can't wait to get out there. But when you hit them with some big pass plays early, it takes the starch right out of them.
Goal line offense, something they've really been emphasizing in practice lately. Now they have a chance here to put all that hard work to use. They'll run with Lindsey, and he is into the end zone for a Denver touchdown. A 10-yard touchdown run. And they are able to strike first here on their opening drive. Forget about the storylines of being intimidated in the playoffs on the road. I mean, that was pretty clinical right there.
Yeah, they didn't treat it like it was a playoff game in January, did they?
No.
That felt much more like, hey, we're back in August, running a few drills in the practice field. They seem unaffected by what they're facing in this one.
After the touchdown, here's McManus now to kick it away. This one fielded at the 5. And he'll take this one near the 25, call it the 26-yard line. Allen and the Bills now with a 1st and 10 at their own 26. Here's the first carry for LaShawn McCoy. And some room to maneuver. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. That's a good way to start the drive. 17 yards and a 1st down. One play has him up past the 40 already, and another 1st and 10. And they'll keep it on the ground with McCoy. And a good burst there gets him 7 up to midfield. Well, you often say that sort of opens the playbook now, second and short. What do you think, early shot here?
I like where you're going. Obviously, we've been together for a while because you know me. I want to take that shot early and loosen things up.
Hey, tight. 24, check 24.
From midfield, here's Allen. Over the middle here to Brown. And he is into the end zone for a Buffalo touchdown. John Brown, 50 yards, as his guys are on the board here in this first quarter. As a former DB, you might not like to see that, but from a wide receiver's perspective, those are the plays they dream of.
Correct on both counts, all right? Because once he took off, I mean, let's face it, that should have been done in Big Sky Country. Aren't any speed limits out there? And off he went. Glad I wasn't the one trying to chase him.
And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. The offense now at the line, ready for their next drive. And they're hoping to redo their efforts in the last drive when they got into the end zone.
And just think of what it's like now on the sideline. Because when you score a touchdown, you have to go over and look at the tablet and see what you did on the last drive. When you scored points, it's a whole lot better view than when you're trying to figure out how to fix things there.
Credit him with a 1-yard gain there to make it 2nd and 9.
Brings up 2nd and 9 at the 26-yard line.
The last play got just a yard. Here's 2nd and 9 from the 26. On 2nd down, a run with Lindsey. He'll have a first down past the 40. He's able to rip off 32 on that one. It's a first down.
Well, they came into this game saying it was important that they set the tone and show that they can run the football. I believe that they've done that here in the first quarter.
So the big play gets him across midfield now for 1st and 10. They run it with Janovich, the fullback. And some good tackling there as he stopped up at about the 41. 2 yards on the carry there. It'll be 2nd down.
Now that's the defense that they were looking for, being able to get extra bodies to the point of attack to deal with the big guy carrying the ball. You really don't want to be in a position where it's a one-on-one tackle with him.
From the 41, Flacco. 6 yards is the pickup, and that'll lead to a 3rd down.
That was a nicely run slant route, and what the receiver's trying to do is make the defender think he's going upfield for a deeper route, and then breaks it off, usually after about 3 to 4 steps, and cuts towards the middle of the field. And now what he's trying to do is use his body to keep the defender away from the football and give the quarterback a really nice target.
His first catch of this wild card game, and it's good for a 1st down.
And that one was a lot of fun right there because that was the game within the game. 3rd and short, blitz was on. What's the key for the quarterback? Get out of your hands in a hurry. And that was a quick little completion. Got the job done for a 1st down.
On 1st and 10, it's Lindsey. And nothing doing. He's immediately taken down at the line of scrimmage. Taron Johnson made the stop. Nice job there defensively to clamp down because really they've been on their heels this drive.
Agreed, and they really needed that one for confidence, just to feel a little bit better. But I don't know if I would be daunted by them stopping me on one run.
And he lost the football. Now this is picked up by the Bills. And a great return as he's up close to the 40-yard line. These two teams all tied after one. Buffalo offense ready to go for their next drive. And they will simply, Charles, be looking to duplicate what they did last drive when they were able to push it in for 6.
And they hope it'll be that easy, right? To be able to take exactly what happened before, replicate it. They may have to make a few additional changes along the way because I'm sure the defense will make some adjustments, but they've got to have great confidence having scored the last time out.
At the 39-yard line.
51, 319, 56, 56. Hey, switch gears. Slam.
Throwing on 2nd down. Allen. And this will be incomplete. Physical play on the football there, and it's 2nd down.
You get a tight end like this, and you know he's used to dishing out punishment, but here, he's one that has to absorb the contact, and as a result, unable to hold on to the football.
Here's Allen. Man open, that's Robert Foster complete. And they're well past midfield, just a yard or two shy of the 40. I think everyone in the stadium saw that big hit coming.
And I, as a former defensive back, have to admit I'm a little disappointed. He actually was able to hold on to the ball. He brought the lumber on that play. Give my man a whole lot of credit for taking the hit and possessing the football.
And picking up the first down. Throwing on first down is Allen. And Jones has it over the middle. And they'll wind up getting this one all the way down inside the 20. A really nice gain of 25 yards.
First and 10 at the 17-yard line.
51. 51's the money. I want that. Give me that ball, defense.
Now a first down carry here from McCoy. And he'll be stopped after a gain of only a couple down to the 15-yard line.
Typically, we think it's the strong safeties that are better tacklers, especially closer to the line of scrimmage amidst traffic. But in this case, how about the free safety coming up and making the big-time play?
The last run good for 2. Here's 2nd and 8. On play action, Allen. And this is caught for a Bills touchdown. Dawson Knox there to make the grab. And the Bills have taken the lead.
That's almost just not right. You cover everybody, but those tight ends, they can be awfully reliable.
Very reliable. Defense just has to hate those guys.
It just drives them crazy because oftentimes you can't match up with them. They have you either with size, speed, or maybe even just strength.
This one taken from the 7. And nice work on the return as they'll start their drive just past the 30-yard line.
The Broncos take over first and 10 at their own 31-yard line.
The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive. That 7-0 lead of theirs short-lived as they've now given up 2 straight touchdowns to fall behind by 7.
Yeah, but no cause for discouragement here. Yeah, they've fallen behind, but haven't they proven that they can go down and score? So what was the formula that got them down there the first time? Get back to something close to that, and maybe they can get this game tied up.
Watch the screen. Watch the screen. Watch the screen. Shit. Red.
On second down, it's Lindsey. Well, we looked at each other right when he flinched. We knew that flag was coming.
Yeah, offsides, easy call, mark off the 5, and keep it moving.
So the yellow flag came out, and that leads to a new set of downs for this offense. 1st and 10. It's a jet sweep. Sanders, and that one covered beautifully. Their defenders stayed home, and they'll stop him behind the line. That'll go as a loss of 5, and it'll be a 2nd and long.
Good. Lucky. Hey, tighten down. There you go.
Operating out of the gun, Flacco. Oh, he's got a man wide open, complete. And he's got a first down as the tackle made at the Bills' 44-yard line.
Let's go, dude. Tighten up. Let's go, dude.
1st and 10 here for Flacco. Into a double team, and it's intercepted. Picked up by Tremaine Edmonds, the linebacker. And his guys are going to take over at the 31-yard line.
And this might not be the last interception we see, Brandon. Both of these teams like to throw the football, but here in this snow, ball's not going to always go where you want it to. And this one winds up getting intercepted.
The Bills come to the line to start their next drive. And they fell behind early, but since then, 2 touchdowns and a 14-7 lead.
Yeah, they found the end zone on their first 2 drives, and even more so after the defense gave up the first lead. With these last 2 drives, obviously they inspired their D because they shut them down the last time out. They hope to continue that string.
Well, that play was doomed right from the start.
They just about ran into every defender on that one, didn't he? It felt like everyone got a piece of that tackle.
Well, the first play of the drive lost 4. Now they'll look to move it forward here on 2nd and 14. On play action, Allen. He'll let it go deep for Foster. And that's going to be incomplete. Good effort there trying to take a shot, but it's third down.
Sure, that pass was incomplete as they made an attempt to get a big one downfield. But that's okay because the second part of that is if you don't get the completion, at least you've told the defense you're trying to stretch them out a little bit, and they may have to change accordingly.
Now the Bills are going to use the first of their timeouts. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this second quarter. An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on third down. Working out of the shotgun. Here's Allen. And the Broncos get there and take him down. Credit the sack to Von Miller. 2 minutes to play here in this first half of the NFL playoffs. A reminder coming up at the half, as we've done all year. We'll get you to Jonathan Coachman in Orlando. Coach will have the lowdown on what's going on here in this wild card weekend as we begin on the road to Super Bowl 53 in Atlanta. "21 yards. Well done on the return. And this offense takes over in great shape right at the 50. 1st and 10. Good starting position for the Broncos here as they come up 1st and 10. Flacco from midfield. High throw, but the catch is made. And he'll go out of bounds right around the 40. 10 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be second down.
He's a rookie, and you don't want to get hung up on the word potential. But when you see him make catches like that, you keep thinking to yourself, he's good now. He's got a chance to be great with plenty of work.
This is the fullback, Janovich. And they'll be inside the 35 now at the 34-yard line. 6 yards the pickup, and that's a first down.
I don't know about you, partner, but on 2nd and inches, a lot of the times I'm leery about the offensive guys thinking about taking a shot downtown. Instead, they just hand it to the big man and let him rumble forward for a first down.
Flacco's throw there complete and brought down, but not before they're inside the 25. Now the Broncos are going to call the first of their timeouts as they'll get a chance to talk it over after picking up the first down. They'll run on first down. Lindsey. He juked him. And he's going to get a solid gain of 9 before being brought down. 2nd and right at a yard.
Some runs are blocked so well, you almost forget that someone has to carry the ball to gain the yardage. The leverage by the offensive line to create space up front, really well done.
On 2nd and a yard. Flacco, left side here, that's the tight end Fant. Now the Broncos going to use the second of their timeouts as they'll stop it with just over 40 seconds to go in the first half. Flacco now, after the pick on the last drive, 3 for 3 to start this drive. It's 1st and 10. That's complete right around the 8. A gain of 6 there on first. Well, this is how you shake the thoughts of that interception on the last drive. You come out and start this one 4 for 4.
And watching him throw it around with that type of confidence reminds me of a guy I played with way back when who told me, I don't care if I throw 10 interceptions in a row. I'm going to stay confident and keep flinging it. I just figured there's something wrong with the football.
6 yards was the pickup on the last completion, so here's 2nd and 4. Now Flacco. Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Micah Hyde. Past the 10 to the 11-yard line, and that's where the return stops.
When a team's turned it over 3 times in the first half, we just look at the offense and say, guys, what are you doing? But instead, we really should be looking at the defense. They've created the takeaways. 2 interceptions, 1 caused fumble. They played awfully well swarming to the ball here in the first half.
Now Allen. Trying to lay one up deep. And that's caught inside the 35. Now the Bills will use the second of their timeouts as the clock will stop with 20 seconds to go in the first half.
First down. First and 10 at the 30-yard line.
So how about this for a change in field position? From inside the 10, here's first down on the other side of the field. So they fake the handoff. Now Allen. And the tip there altered the ball flight, and it falls incomplete. It'll be second down.
And that's one he's got to be happy to have back. There wasn't a hole open in the zone.
You'd have to think on early downs like that first down there, need to be a little bit more careful.
Yeah, fortunately for him, got a couple more downs to play with.
Back to the air on second down. It's Allen. He's going to fire one deep, middle of the field. And he can't hang on. That's definitely going to be one he wishes he had back. Incomplete in the end zone. So now 3rd and 10. A big play to start the drive, but nothing since.
You go tight. You got tight. You got tight right there.
And again, it's Allen. And he's going to be taken down. Pressure gets there back at the 39-yard line. And we're going to get a timeout with 2 seconds remaining in the second quarter.
They can't stop me out
here. So with 2 ticks left here in the half, on is the field goal unit. This will be from 56 yards out. And I don't think this has the carry. It does not. It's no good. So we're at halftime of this AFC wildcard matchup. As we'll send you down to Orlando, and we check in with Jonathan Coachman for our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach, both teams try to avoid being one and done in these playoffs as we start the second half of this AFC wildcard game. This one fielded at the 5. They'll bring it back to just about the 25. Call it the 24-yard line.
Their own 24-yard line.
The offense back out there at the line, ready for their next drive. They have the lead. Now they'll be looking for some separation here as we begin the third quarter.
I like the way you term that, because now I think they go a little bit deeper into their playbook. They like what they did in the first half. That worked okay. But in order to get the separation that you just talked about, change things up a little bit. Change your tendencies, try and hit them a little bit more with some things they didn't see in the first half.
We'll see if they do just that. Looking to throw on second down. Allen, he'll be brought down by the Broncos. It's a sack. Derek Wolfe popping in for the sack. Well, it was second long. Now it's third and even longer. They're going in the wrong direction here.
Because they're moving exactly the way they want to, but you're exactly right. Definitely going in the wrong direction for the offensive guys.
Allen now looks to throw. It's caught. Jones. And they're going to get this beyond the 40 before he's taken down. Call that a very strong gain of 24. I love that play, because in the snow you think run, run, run. Big passing play there.
And defenders hate it, especially in open space, because trying to come under control, break down, and make a tackle in the open field, difficult in normal conditions. In these conditions, almost impossible.
And taking it across midfield and inside the 45. Add the gain here to the previous play, and it's better than 40 yards total. So a 1st and 10 now in Denver territory at the 42-yard line.
Check.
So the shotgun snap to Allen. And he's going to get this inside the 30. Another strong gain on the last 2 plays. They've moved it a combined 33 yards.
Almost not fair. The big guy running the corner route, being able to lean and push and get to where he wants.
So how do you stop it?
A lot of times you want to have a linebacker on him, a bigger body guy who can handle him physically, but a lot of times that doesn't work as well because his quickness often wins the route.
And now a throw on first down there, but it's incomplete. That pass just a little bit off. It looked like maybe he tried to force it in there.
Game speed, always different, no matter what you do in practice. Can't simulate it, right? So your decision-making, everything has to be a little bit quicker. Sometimes it can throw you off until you adjust.
Once again, they'll come up on the 26-yard line, 2nd and 10. Allen hands off to McCoy. And down inside the 15 he goes. A gain of 13. It's a first down.
Looks to me like maybe there's a little attrition setting in with this drive. Because when you see that type of a run, I get the feeling the defense getting a little bit tired.
And that's the last thing they need, especially when they look up at the scoreboard. And he can't quite get there. Tackled down at the 1. 13-yard gain yet again, just like last play.
They're trying to show that they can run the ball and protect this lead. Give it to the backs, play a little bit of keep away, don't you think?
And that's probably a good philosophy at this point, going to make that defense stand up and stop them. It'll be a loss of a yard, and it'll be 2nd and goal.
2nd and goal at the 2-yard line.
Mike. Round 80. Here we go, D. All day, defense, all day.
10th carry now for McCoy. And he takes it in across the chalk for a Bills touchdown. Taking it in from 2 yards out. And the Bills will add on to their lead. Always important to get the first score of the second half. Now you start to pull away a little bit and get some breathing room going.
And now we find out about the fortitude of the group that's behind, because they were counting on getting into the game a little bit more, right? Maybe they get the first score. That doesn't happen. It looks almost insurmountable, but it's not. Let's see how hard they play the rest of the game.
The offense now at the line, ready for their next drive. And their halftime hole now even deeper, and they need a big drive here just to answer the first touchdown of the second half scored against them.
They were down at the half. Now, as you mentioned, they're down a little bit bigger, but no time for discouragement. Just got to get back to it, right? Put your shoulder against the boulder and start pushing and try and get back to where you were to start the half.
Ball on the 30. They'll come up with a 2nd and 5. They'll go again with Lindsey. And he will lose yardage and be backed up to the 24. Now it looks like we've got a Bronco that's banged up on the play. We'll check on his status when we return to Orchard Park. This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down. Flacco from the gun. And they take him down. The Bills get to him. Ed Oliver drops him for a loss of 12, and it also brings up 4th down. Here's Ryan Quigley now, standing about a yard deep in his own end zone. Buffalo offense ready to go for their next drive. They had to go a long way on their last drive to score the touchdown. This time they get at least a little bit more of a cushion. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Man, he got in there so quickly, Charles. What could the offense have done to adjust and account for that?
But what you're hoping is that you figure out and you see and get a clue that maybe there's going to be some pressure coming at you, and you change the blocking schemes. Maybe you go to max protection. The biggest one is maybe you bring your running back in to try and keep you clean. But in that case, that didn't happen. Zero accountability, and a sack resulted.
Now this one over the middle and into the hands of his tight end, complete. And able to rip off a big chunk of yardage before being dropped inside the 40. 23 yards the pickup there. Allen now 5 straight completions here in this second half. 1st and 10. Looking downfield for Jones. And he bats it away, and it falls down incomplete. Zay Jones was the intended receiver. And that'll bring up 2nd down.
I remember a coach telling me a long time ago the difference between playing corner and safety in the NFL. Corner is like the Autobahn. Everybody just flying by, and these corners have been really busy in this game, although they got it done on the last play.
On the last play, yes, but there have been some good numbers put up against them offensively. Allen will try again on 2nd down. And his throw here's incomplete.
I think he's a little trigger happy right there, and it turned into an ill-advised throw into their zone.
Well, we know he has confidence. He'll throw it any place, anytime, anywhere. That time it fell incomplete. Now they face a 3rd and 10 after back-to-back incompletions. Again, they'll throw with Allen. Oh, Allen cannot get away, and down he goes. Bradley Chubb doing what he does best, getting that sack. The Bills send the punter out. He'll boot it away from about his 35. 1 quarter remains for the right to survive round 1 here in the AFC. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. The Bills send the punter out as he'll kick it away for the 2nd time. His first punt, 48 yards. This one looks equally as good. And this is going to hit the goal line and continue on into the end zone for a touchback. The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive. And down on the scoreboard, certainly needing to avoid what happened on the last drive, punting the football.
Sense of urgency has to take over for them here. They know the score. They know the situation. And by the way, the punter no longer exists for their offense. That's how they have to treat this drive.
They need points.
Big time.
From all the way up at the 38 now after a good start to the drive. Passing play, Flacco. And he'll find Sutton on the right side complete. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. Give him 14 yards there and a Denver first down. Back-to-back good plays have him on the move on first down. Setting up to throw, Flacco. That's caught left side by Jake Butt. A gain of 6 there on first. One thing I think that's safe to say defensively, the tackling's been really good. And because of that, it's been very, very hard for them to move the ball because you're not getting the benefits of run after catch. They're tackling him almost on the spot. And he's going to be intercepted a 3rd time. Picked off at about the 31. And they are going to set up shop at the 32-yard line. From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10. They'll start the drive with a carry by McCoy. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. That's going to go as a loss of 1 on first down. Got to figure now, after getting that turnover, they're just going to be happy to keep the ball on the ground, right?
This is where covering the football, taking care of the ball, all the ball security terms that have ever been used.
And intercepted. Maybe the turning point they need. Picked off by Todd Davis. And his guys are going to take over at the 39-yard line. 2-score game here in the 4th, and that pick, it kind of keeps the door ajar, doesn't it?
It does, and you wonder about their strategy because with a 2-score lead, you would think maybe you're just sitting on and trying to drain some clock. It's almost like they felt like, hey, we've got a good cushion. We can keep pressing it. It ended up costing them.
At this stage, this drive's got to be touchdown or bust because you need 2 of them.
And if I'm the offensive play caller, I'm not just looking at my dagger plays downfield. I'm looking at some of my specials, something that can fool them and give you a big play now.
With a sense of urgency.
No doubt.
And the big boys up front, they're going to stop him right at the line. They'll say no gain on the play, so it was looking good, but nothing there, and now it's 3rd down and inches. And how about the dime look here? 6 DBs on 3rd and inches.
Daring them to run the ball.
From the gun, Flacco. And he's out of bounds as he gets this down to the 45. 5th catch of the afternoon, and that gives him a first down. And in a 2-score game, obviously, every play, every 3rd down, like we saw there, magnified, big pickup.
It was a huge pickup. What they really want, though, is to not even get to 3rd down. They've got to maximize time and conserve as much as possible.
Flacco throws complete to Sutton. A gain of 6 there on first.
Right there. At the 39-yard line. It's a pickup of 6.
6 yards was the pickup on the last completion, so here's 2nd and 4. Flacco. And And that's incomplete.
Well, he'll definitely say that that's one he should have held on to. But when you're playing in elements like this, sometimes those bullet passes, those ones with a little bit of pace on them, they can be difficult to hold on to.
Now they face a 3rd down and 4 after that incompletion on 2nd down. They go pass again with Flacco. Got a man. He finds Sanders. And he's got a 1st down as the tackle made at the Bills' 19. A red zone 1st down for Flacco. Eluding the pressure right. And it's incomplete. Got out of the pocket. Didn't look like he had anybody open, Charles, so just gets rid of it.
And a good play by him. If no one's open and you don't have a running lane that you want to take, make the right choice. Get rid of it. Live to fight another down.
To throw on 2nd and 10. Flacco. That is caught at the 7. And they work this near the 5. He'll be stopped at the 6. A gain of 13. It's a 1st down.
Obviously, this has not been a banner game throwing the football. So what you got to do, you got to kind of down focus, don't you think? Find the tight end. Take some easy.
And that is caught. Touchdown, Denver. Jeff Hireman there to make the grab as his guys are back within a single score. Sometimes those tight ends are a mismatch. They found the mismatch there.
And that's exactly why you want to draw up those types of plays, because coverage is just going to go to the natural guys, the guys that make the big plays on the outside. But if you work your tight end into it, that's a tough one for a defense to handle.
Tough. They couldn't handle it. They worked out for 6. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. The Bills come to the line to start their next drive. I'm curious to see, Charles, about the play calling on this drive. Last time out, the interception that led to a touchdown. Here we are. I mean, very close, 1-score game.
Yeah, and if I'm a defender, I'm actually chirping to you on the other side of the ball, saying, hey, who picked off the last one? What you going to do about it now? So when you do throw the football, high percentage, but throw it with confidence. If there's any hesitancy at all, it could end up in enemy's hands again.
Throwing on 2nd down. Allen, the sack by Todd Davis.
I think normally we would talk about this more with basketball players and football players, but let's adopt it in this case. He's a stat sheet stuffer.
Had the interception earlier, now a sack. What, he just needs a touchdown for the trifecta.
That's about all he needs, and he's going to go for it.
4th quarter, down to the final 2 minutes, and we've got a 1-score game. So it's Bills football here as we get you reset. And let's see what they've come up with offensively after having time to talk it over. To throw, it's Allen. And he can't get a throw away. He's taken down. Von Miller able to get in there for his 2nd sack of the afternoon. The Bills send the punter out as he's on to kick it away. He's averaging just under 50 yards a punt as he gets this away. And a fair catch is called for. He will take it in to give his guys some excellent field position here.
1st and 10 at the 36-yard line.
So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. Pressure mounting. Flacco. He'll find Royce Freeman, the running back. And he's going to get this down near the 20-yard line. Give him 14 yards there and a Denver 1st down. Flacco to throw. And that'll wind up incomplete. Try to give his man room to run under it, but it's 2nd down. These are the spots, this stage of the game, where it pays to have speed on the perimeter, doesn't it?
It certainly does, and in the 2nd quarter, he may very well run by him, but in this situation, I know as a defender, I'm loosening up a couple of extra steps that allowed him to run with him stride for stride.
Here's Booker. And they'll get this down to the 10. 12 yards there and a 1st down. A looming decision to make on the conversion, down 7. But first things first, they need to score as they come up on 1st and goal. And he's got Booker. I call it no gain there on the first down play. They couldn't get anything going there out on the right side of the flat of the swing pass. And
didn't we have a discussion with their staff about wanting to get the backs more involved in the passing game? Huge emphasis for this game, but obviously the defense had other plans and really made a nice play.
They'll go again here from the 10-yard line on 2nd and goal. Setting to throw, Flacco. Buying time to his left. And yes, he's into the end zone. So they get the late score they needed. And now the extra point can tie this thing up in the final minute.
And while it appears the heavy lifting was accomplished by scoring the touchdown, they're still down 1. That extra point is not a gimme.
A very important extra point there, up and good. A couple of teams locked into a good one here. 21 all the score as the kick's away. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. The offense back out there at the line, ready for their next. Have a little bit of time here to get into field goal range. Not much. A tie game, you don't want to do anything crazy, right?
I agree with you on that one. Risk reward, okay? If you go for it.
And this is going to be intercepted. Picked off by Kareem Jackson. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. The offense now at the line, ready for their next drive. They'd like to avoid overtime here, so maybe they can work the sidelines, but then defensively, how do they adjust to that if they do work the sideline?
It's the old leverage game, and we usually talk about leverage at the line of scrimmage, right? Who's going to win with the low blocking and everything that goes along with that. But in this case, you're trying as a defender to leverage them towards the middle of the field, not let them get to the sidelines and try and tackle them inbounds in order to run the clock out.
Chess match here late. One play has him to the 37 here for 1st and 10. Flacco. And the Bills are going to get him as he goes down. Overtime in a playoff game, awesome setup. Remember, the rules the same as they would be in the regular season.
That's exactly right, Brandon. Remember, the receiving team, if they score a touchdown, game is over. But if they kick a field goal or don't score, the other team gets a chance to get the football. They get a possession. If they go down and score, they win the football game at that point. If both teams kick field goals, we keep playing. If a defense scores, let's say the receiving team gets the ball, doesn't score, or they throw a pick six or fumble, gets picked up, the defense scores, game over. But here's the best part. In the regular season, only one period is played. We could call it a tie. Here, we're going to play until we have a winner.
Buffalo offense ready to go for their next drive. They control their own destiny here. They have the football in overtime. Obviously, a touchdown would win it.
And I think teams around the league are still adjusting to the idea of going downfield, scoring a touchdown wins the game, because they were used to just going downfield and trying to get in field goal range to win a game. Still having to make that transition. Let's face it now, the ones who are doing it best know they need to go down, attack, put the ball in the end zone, and not leave it up to a field goal and give the other team a chance.
As we said, they control their own destiny now. Now a man open down the middle of the field. And this is going to be another first down as they'll make the tackle at the Broncos' 43.
Brandon, there have been some memorable snow games for championships in the NFL. 1948, Philadelphia Eagles, Chicago Cardinals.
Well, the most famous one in my lifetime, I think, is got to be 01, right? And he's taken to the ground, but he was pulled down by the face mask. Here come the flags, and I believe this is going to be a first down. In overtime, you have to be smarter than that.
A personal foul just can't happen. Have to have poise.
And now it's 1st and 10. A big mistake, especially when you factor in the personal foul yardage. After the penalty, it's McCoy. And he'll have a gain of 3 to the 33.
What's the old expression, 3 yards in a cloud of dust? In this case, it's dust-covered pellets. It's no longer that old grass that we used to play on, right, and chew it up. Now we've got that artificial surface. You see the pellets go up. Still a nice play by the defense. On
2nd and 7, Allen. Oh, it's intercepted. Picked off by Kareem Jackson. And he'll get this back to the 32-yard line. A costly mistake here in OT.
And you know what they say, when you throw an interception like that in overtime, you don't usually get a chance to throw a second one. I mean, I'm not sure the analytics on it. Let's ask Marvin, our statistician, to ring that down for us. That's typically how coaches and teams feel about it. If you throw one, you likely cost yourself the game. An interesting and intriguing decision there defensively because they kept extra DBs on the field despite seeing the multiple tight end look that came out for the offense.
I thought they were going to switch out of it. I didn't know if they felt they didn't have time or what the case was.
Well, in any event, the extra speed allowed for great penetration as they stuffed that one behind the line of scrimmage.
They try to throw on second down, but this one is incomplete.
The beauty of being able to play a zone defense when you can sit back and see the ball coming out of the quarterback's hands, guess what? Creates a lot of confusion, kind of a muddle in the middle of the field where you can go make a play on the football.
Now a third down throw, but it misses the target, incomplete.
Even without a ton of pressure in his face, it just shows how difficult it is to pick apart a zone defense. Those guys are sitting back, and they're not playing receivers as much as they're playing the eyes of the quarterback and when he delivers the ball.
White now to return. It'll be a 44-yard punt. The return goes for 8. And the Bills will take over the football with a 1st and 10. So they'll come up 1st and 10 now from the 33. They'll start on the ground with McCoy. And an alley to run. And they're going to have this way down deep in Denver territory. A huge play there in overtime. 54 yards on the ground. A real field flipper there as all of a sudden they've got a 1st down in the red zone. And they'll keep on the ground with McCoy. And he'll fight his way down right around the 12. They follow up that gigantic gain with the tiniest of pickups, 1 yard. And I know you, with every carry, especially in overtime, you're just saying, if you're that ball carrier, hold on to the football.
Hold on to it, protect it, but not necessarily settling, because you're trying to get to the end zone. You're trying to end the game right here. And I know the defensive guys poking, clawing, raking, trying to knock the ball free and protect their end zone.
Yeah, like you alluded to, especially this part of the field. They go now to McCoy. He's seen a ton of action this afternoon. And snapped a few yards shy of the goal line at the 3. It's a 1st down on a gain of 10. So 3 plays, already 1st and goal, and they are wasting little time. And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line.
Brandon, I go ahead and kick it right now. I know it's only 2nd down, but I kick it and give myself a little margin for error here.
Don't wait for 3rd. Have the extra down just in case.
If something goes wrong, messed up snap, anything like that, you fall on it, guess what? It's 3rd down. You still have the ball. You still have a chance to kick it.
On 2nd down, it's McCoy. It'll be a gain of 5, and it's going to set up a 3rd and goal. All right, well, they didn't kick it on 2nd down, now 3rd and goal. You have to kick it here.
Absolutely have to kick it, because if you get a bad snap, you fall on it, you got a chance to kick it again on 4th down. Let's say it gets blocked and it's behind the line of scrimmage. You fall on it, you get another chance at it. Give yourself that option. Give yourself that opening.
Allen taking it himself, and he'll get in. Touchdown, Buffalo. Getting into the playoffs is one thing. Now they get to move on. Just 8 teams left.
The dream stays alive. Everyone's gunning for the Super Bowl. That's the ultimate. But you have to get there in incremental steps. One win today gets them 1 step closer.
That'll do it for us. For Charles Davis and all our hardworking crew, I'm Brandon Gaudin. You've been watching the NFL on EA Sports. For more, find us on Twitter at EA Madden NFL. Now we just have to deal with a snow-filled parking lot as we say so long from Buffalo.
I'm just looking forward to getting warm.